Hello there guys, welcome to another of my live videos, and on this video there is lots to negotiate about. So I am going to be giving you the 7 reasons why I can't wait for football to return. Obviously, the football season does resume next Wednesday, and of course our game is against Tottenham on the 19th of June, which is next Friday and that. So, the 7 reasons why I can't wait for football to return is because obviously, one of the reasons that Marcus Rashford is back now from his back injury. Don't forget, Marcus Rashford did sustain a back injury in our 1-0 win against Wolves in the FA Cup third round replay back in January. And, like Sid did say, Marcus Rashford has been a big miss for us. He has been a big miss. And I did say, didn't I, Marcus Rashford overall is one of our best players. And he was one of our best players earlier on in the season before he sustained that back injury. But got to make an admission, he has been doing really, really well in training as Marcus Rashford. Of course, up until this point, Rashford has spent the entirety of his career with Manchester United. He's been a United player since the age of 7. He was in our youth setup for several years, and he's been in our senior squad since 2016. And since then, he has become an integral part of our team. Don't forget, Marcus Rashford scored twice in his Europa League debut against Midtjylland. He also scored twice on his Premier League debut against Arsenal, scored on his League Cup debut, scored on his international debut and that. And I think Rashford has got over 60-odd goals in just over 200 appearances for the football club, and he is only at the age of 22. Definitely Rashford is the foreseeable future for Manchester United. As you all know, Marcus Rashford last year signed a new long-term contract with the football club. Rashford can play as the number 9, and he can also play out wide. But actually, when the football season does resume, you could actually, play centrally, could Marcus Rashford and that. So the good news is now he is back from injury. Another one of the good reasons why I'm looking forward to football returning is because, Paul Pogba is also now back from injury, which is obviously, very, very good news. Paul Pogba's only played 8 times this season for the football club. His appearances have been limited due to his injuries. The last time Paul Pogba did play was our 4-1 win against Newcastle, and the last time he started from the start was back in September and that. But yeah, he is now back from injuries, Paul Pogba. And he's now the main man, is Paul Pogba and that. And I think actually, Bruno Fernandes is key to Paul Pogba's future, because if Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes can build a good midfield partnership, then I think, Paul Pogba can commit his long-term future at Manchester United. And I think, he can end up signing a new long-term contract with the football club. At the moment, Pogba's got a year left in his contract at Manchester United, but the club do have an option to extend it for a further year. I gave you the news, didn't I, yesterday, that regarding Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, their positions have been changed. Paul Pogba is going to be our next number 10. Several times though, Paul Pogba's played in that number 10 during his Manchester United career. So that means, Paul Pogba will be playing just behind the central striker, and he will be playing just in front of Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes, of course, will be playing in the number 8. Some Man United fans actually, think that Bruno Fernandes should be playing in the number 10 because that's his predominant position, and Pogba should be playing in the number 6 or the number 8 and that. But I did say, didn't I, our first choice midfield trio will be Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba and Scott McTominay. And Fred, I think, will play instead of one of them so often. And probably, Matic will drop to the bench, but will still get given his opportunities. And like I said, regarding Bruno Fernandes, he's enjoyed a fantastic start to his Manchester United career. Obviously, has got 3 goals and 4 assists so far. Don't forget, back in February, he won Premier League Player of the Month. And we did get Bruno Fernandes in a deal worth around £65 million with add-ons included. So he is on that list as one of our most expensive signings, is Bruno Fernandes. And I think when he signed for the club in January, he did sign a 5.5-year deal, did Bruno Fernandes. But definitely, one of the best players we have recruited in since the Alex Ferguson era. And definitely the sign of Bruno Fernandes has saved Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job at Manchester United. But anyway, more or less now, Paul Pogba's future has been resolved at the football club. He's going to be staying at Manchester United for next season, which is obviously, very, very good news because, like I mentioned to you before, Paul Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga. Obviously, there's been a lot of talks about him going back to Juventus. Don't forget, Paul Pogba did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus, but the vast majority of his performances at Man United since he rejoined have been totally comparison to his ones in Turin. And I did say, didn't I, if Paul Pogba does leave Manchester United, he will go back to Juventus. Like I said, there's also been a lot of narratives about him going to Real Madrid because obviously, Real Madrid have been in for Pogba. Don't forget, last summer, Real Madrid were relentlessly linked with Paul Pogba. And last year, Paul Pogba was talking a lot about Real Madrid, about his dreams of playing under Zinedine Zidane and all of that. But the main explanation why Pogba's move to Real Madrid didn't materialise last summer was reflecting on the substantial amount we put on him, because we said last summer we wanted £180 million for Paul Pogba. So basically, we was demanding just over double than what we paid for him from Juventus, because we paid £89 million for him from Juventus. So as it stands at the moment, Pogba is our most expensive signing. Real Madrid, they did recruit a good 6 players in last summer and spend nearly £300 million. Of course, they got Luka Jovic in, they got Eden Hazard in, they got Ferland Mendy in, they got Rodrigo in, and they also got Eden Militao in and that. But Real Madrid, are looking to do more business in the summer transfer market, but they may not be able to do that now due to the finances. I think quite a lot of Real Madrid players have had to take pay cuts. Real Madrid, of course, are looking to offload players. They're looking to get rid of the likes of Bale, Hazard. I think they're not satisfied with Jovic, James Rodriguez. They're looking to get rid of Dani Ceballos on a permanent transfer. Karim Benzema's coming to an end of his career as well, don't forget. And like I said, Paul Pogba's agent, Mini Raiola, at least in the last couple of years, has been in the process of trying to get his client a transfer away from Man United completed, because we did say that Mini Raiola is only the one that wants, Paul Pogba to leave the football club. We've been very, very critical of Mini Raiola since the turn of the year, reflects on some of the comments he has said. And I think also too, Ed Woodward before had negotiations with Mini Raiola. Don't forget, there was stories coming out the other week from League 10 Sports saying that, Pogba's open to making a move to PSG. I did say for PSG to get him, they'd either have to offload Neymar or Mbappe, who are the 2 most expensive players in the world. But we've obviously confirmed anyway now that Paul Pogba's not for sale. We basically value him at around 150 million. Because obviously, I did say if we'd have sold him, it would have been very imperative to get more than what we paid for the player. Barcelona have also been in for Pogba before, so there you go. I think the best we've seen of Paul Pogba under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era was in that 3-month period when Solskjaer was the interim manager. Don't forget, Paul Pogba endured a very, very difficult time under the Jose Mourinho era. Obviously, all our top players endured difficult times under the Mourinho era because Jose Mourinho's got a bad reputation, with top players. And Paul Pogba so far has won 2 trophies at the football club, and that was the Europa League and the League Cup in his first season at Manchester United. Don't forget, we had Paul Pogba when he was a lot younger, under the Alex Ferguson era, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. We had to let him go on a free transfer. But obviously, for a long time, there wasn't really narratives coming out saying that Paul Pogba wanted to stay at Manchester United. But obviously now he does want to stay. Obviously, before the football season got suspended, Solskjaer said that, Pogba will remain at Man United next season. And before that, Paul Pogba did say he wanted to stay at the football club and he was interested in extending his contract and that. So yeah, so really, looking forward, to seeing Paul Pogba back in action. But like I've said to you, I haven't really had a perception on him this season because he's barely played for us. Paul Pogba, by the way, is one of the highest paid players at the football club. I think he's on nearly 300 grand a week. Done that equate to around £15 million per year. Swap deals have been on the agenda as well. Like I said, those swap deals are very rare in the modern game. There was stories coming out the other week saying that Real Madrid were willing to offer us up to 4 of their players for Pogba. Juventus have offered us quite a few of their players as well to try and get Pogba, but he is now staying at the football club and that. Another reason, what? Yeah. Another reason, why I'm looking forward to football returning is because, we're going to be playing at a new ground. Because obviously, Tottenham have got a new ground and, we haven't played at their new ground as yet. Tottenham did pay around £1 billion for their stadium and that. I think they are still paying it off, to be quite honest with you. I think it is actually, an aesthetic stadium is Tottenham's. So that's another one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to the football season returning. Another reason why I'm looking forward to the football season returning is, the race for the Champions League. Because obviously, we're sitting 5th in the Premier League at the moment and we are just 3 points behind Chelsea. I'm actually, very convinced, that we can get a top 4. I'm very convinced we can. We need qualification for the Champions League for next season anyway, because obviously, we'll generate money. And plus, it will help us have a competitive summer transfer market and that. And another one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to the football season resuming is to continue our run. Because obviously, before the football season got suspended, we was in a good vein of form. We are unbeaten in our last 11 games in all competitions. And like I mentioned, Solskjaer will be under pressure to keep this good run of form up. Another one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to the football season resuming is the FA Cup. Because, we've got an FA Cup quarter-final coming up against Norwich. And we've actually got a great chance of winning the FA Cup. We really haven't that. Also too, there's a lot of football matches that are live on television. That's also something else to look forward to. We've also, got the Europa League to look forward to as well. Don't forget, we are into the last 8 of the Europa League. And I think, that's another chance for us getting some silverware on the board. So if we could win the FA Cup and the Europa League, or at least one of them, it would be a memorable first full season for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Because, we haven't won out yet in terms of silverware under Solskjaer. And, we've only won 3 trophies. We've only won 3 trophies since Alex Ferguson's retirement. And that was the FA Cup under Louis van Gaal and the Europa League in the League Cup under Jose Mourinho. But yeah, our game against Tottenham is 19th of June, which is next Friday. And is it an 8 or 8:15 kickoff, if I am right? Solskjaer, of course, is looking to beat Jose Mourinho for the second time as a manager, because Solskjaer's already overcome Jose Mourinho once, and he's looking to beat Tottenham for the 3rd time as a manager. There is 9 games to go in the Premier League, and there is 92 games to play in all competitions. And that. But don't forget, we were supposed to be playing Tottenham on the 15th of March, but due to lockdown, obviously, the game could not go ahead. I think the Premier League's been suspended now, is it for a good 11 or 12 weeks or something like that. But I'm really looking forward to the football season resuming. I really am. By the way, we have got we play West Brom in 2 friendlies. I think it is tomorrow. So that's been confirmed. We were supposed to be playing Stoke earlier on this week at Carrington, but obviously, the Stoke boss is it, Michael O'Neill. He got tested positive for coronavirus, so obviously, the game got called off. I think we have got a fully fit squad, by the way, for next week, which is obviously, very good news. Tottenham, I think Dele Alli's going to miss the game for them, because I think he got a 1-game suspension from the FA for a social media post. And I think Dele Alli for this has been fined around £50,000. But Tottenham have obviously, got Harry Kane back. They've also got Heung-min Son back. Tottenham have had actually, quite a few injuries. So obviously, they've had to make a lot of rotation. But I'm actually, very, very convinced that we can beat Tottenham. I think, though, the mistake Tottenham did make was obviously, recommending Jose Mourinho win, because obviously, Jose Mourinho is no longer a good manager. He's not a manager at the top level anymore. Jose Mourinho has got a good pedigree behind him, reflects on the amount of silverware that he has won and that, but no longer a good manager anymore. Tottenham shouldn't have got rid of Mauricio Pochettino. Of course, Mauricio Pochettino did endure 5.5 years with Tottenham, and of course, Tottenham did sack him last year. Probably Tottenham aren't going to make any signings in the summer transfer market, because obviously, Daniel Levy doesn't like to spend money. Obviously, since Mourinho became Tottenham manager, Tottenham have made a few signings. Obviously, they got Jedson Fernandez, they got Steven Bergwijn, they also, got Giovanni Lo Celso permanently. They've recruited quite a few players in recent years. Don't forget, they've got Ryan Sessegnon from Fulham, they got Serge Aurier, they got Davinson Sanchez around 3 years ago, was it, from Ajax, if I'm correct. They also, yeah, they've got Tanguy Ndombele. Yeah, he's another one. I think he's one of Tottenham's most expensive signings, or is their most expensive signing. They did let a few players go in January. Don't forget, they let Danny Rose go to Newcastle on loan. They let Christian Eriksen go to Inter Milan. Did Tottenham. But yeah, really, really looking forward to the football season resuming. Games are obviously going to be played behind closed doors. I've been hearing stories as well saying that there is going to be cardboard cutouts, to make it more entertaining, because obviously, fans cannot attend games at this moment in time. But as you all know, Solskjaer's already revealed his plans ahead of the Premier League restart. He did say we have been doing very, very well in training and all of that. Like I said, these decisions that Manchester United have got to make for when the football season resumes. And there's also decisions we've got to make ahead of next season. I actually do believe next season is the real test for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Manchester United. Obviously, we've got to make a decision who's going to be our first choice left back. Luke Shaw's our first choice left back at the moment. I think, to be honest with you, Luke Shaw will remain our first choice left back. Brandon Williams, I think, will eventually become our first choice left back, though. We do know that David De Gea is going to remain our number one goalkeeper. He's going to remain our number one goalkeeper. We've got to make a decision on Angel Gomez as well. I think Angel Gomez is going to be leaving the football club, because there's been no signs of him yet signing new contracts. Diego Dalot, he's been subjected to some transfer speculation as well. There were stories coming out the other week saying that Barcelona and PSG were in for Diego Dalot, but I think Solskjaer's determined to keep him. Diego Dalot is our backup right back to Wan-Bissaka. So there's decisions that do need to be made. There's decisions that do need to be made in that. And I think Solskjaer has got an idea of, what his best 11 is. And I've got an idea of what 11 we are going to go with against Tottenham. I've already gone through with you on that. A second. Just doing some of the second work. Right there. Right. Sorry about the long delay then, I was just doing something on the PS4, but yeah, he's got an idea of what his best 11 is going to be. I think he knows of what formation he's going to go with as well, because on a regular basis this season he has been going with that 4-2-3-1 formation, a few times gone with a 4-3-3, quite a few times he has gone with 3 at the back as well. From my own perception, we do look more expansive with 3 at the back. So there you go on that. Like I said, there's decisions that need to be made in the summer transfer window as well. What players he's going to recommend in, and of course what players he's going to get rid of, and that we're going to get rid of around 5 players at least in the summer transfer window. So we are going to generate money in that aspect. I think the players we're going to get rid of, we are going to get rid of Phil Jones. I think we're looking to get rid of Smalling and Rojo and Sanchez on permanent transfers, because obviously at the moment Smalling's out on loan with Roma. Rojo's out on loan at Estudiantes and Sanchez is out on loan at Inter Milan. Dean Henderson, I don't think we've made a decision on his future yet. I don't think we're going to get rid of Dean Henderson permanently. I think we are going to allow him to remain on loan at Sheffield United for the remainder of the season, but probably Dean Henderson's the long-term replacement for David De Gea, but he's done well on his loan spell with Sheffield United. Pereira and Lingard, I think we're looking to get rid of them as well. Looking likely Angel Gomez is going to be going. Probably Garner will be loaned out. Tahith Chon, his appearances have also been limited at the football club as well. So we're definitely going to get rid of players. Like I said though, Solskjaer has got rid of a lot of the deadwood since he got recommended in to the football club. I think we have seen a total of 19 players depart the football club since Solskjaer got recommended in. But yeah, we're looking to make around 3 signings, maybe 4 signings in the summer transfer window, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer believes we need around 3 or 4 signings to become title contenders next season. And Solskjaer still wants to continue the policy of recruiting young British talents to Manchester United like he did do last summer. But basically, Man United are looking to sign players who will be in Solskjaer's image and his coaching staff. Because don't forget, Solskjaer did recently say that he will avoid buying rotten apples in the summer transfer window, and he told our players he will not tolerate any rotten apples in the squad. But we do need quite a few signings, if we want to be title contenders next season, because obviously not analysing it at the moment, City is strides ahead of us and Liverpool are strides ahead of us and that. So let's just put that into the equation. And Solskjaer's already identified the areas in the squad where he does want to strengthen up. He wants to recommend a right winger in, he wants to recommend a midfielder in, and he also wants to recommend a centre-half in. I don't think we're interested now in getting a striker in, because obviously, the other week Odin Ighalo extended his loan at the club. Plus, we want to see how the development goes with Mason Greenwood and that. So, this is why. But yeah, so the summer transfer window, will be Solskjaer's 4th transfer window as Manchester United manager, because so far Solskjaer's enjoyed 3 transfer windows at the football club and spent over £200 million on 5 players. Last summer he recommended Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in, And in January, he recommended Bruno Fernandes and Odion Ighalo in. He got Ighalo on loan, so Solskjaer's actually, made 4 permanent signings. But the 5 players he's recommended in have been, very, very impressive. And like I said now, Solskjaer's been at the football club for 18 months. So he's been at the football club a year and a half. Like I've mentioned, I've taken some positives from his tenure, but there's also negatives as well. I've also got to make an admission, Solskjaer's promoted the youth very, very well. Also, to our record against the Big Six sides this season's been very, very good because we've taken 17 points against the Big Six sides this season. So that's also a positive you can take. But Solskjaer knows he's got the backing of Ed Woodward because, Ed Woodward has said on quite a few occasions this season he is willing to back Solskjaer. And he has also assured that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job is safe. And that, this is what Ed Woodward had said. But like I said, for the vast majority of this season, we've been very, very critical of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But we've also been very critical of Woodward. Not only throughout the course of this season, we've been critical of Ed Woodward for several years. The main explanations why we've been critical of Ed Woodward is reflecting on how poor our recruitment policy's been. Also, of us overpaying for players, his poor selection of managers and that. This is why Woodward has been criticised. Woodward's been at the football club since 2012 and now it's 2020. So he's now into his 8th year at Manchester United. We've been very, very critical of the Glazers as well. The Glazers have been here since, 2005. And now we are in 2020. So the Glazers have been here around 15 years and that. So everyone, has been to blame, really. Everyone, has definitely, been to blame. You can definitely say, though, we have made a lot of mistakes in the last 7 years or so. And that is one of the main explanations why we have been so inconsistent. A lot of the players we have recruited in the last 7 years haven't been the right calibre players for Man United. I think there's players that we've also got rid of, who we shouldn't have got rid of. You can probably say we made a mistake by giving Solskjaer the job permanently. But the main explanation why we give Solskjaer the job permanently was reflecting on what he did in that 3-month period when he was the interim manager. Because he did really, really well in that 3-month period when he was the interim manager. Of course, Alex Ferguson made a mistake by ever recommending David Moyes in. But the main explanation why Ferguson recommended David Moyes in is because they was both Scottish. So, the football club have made a lot of mistakes. But yeah, Solskjaer is our 4th permanent manager since the Alex Ferguson era. 3 managers have been sacked since the Ferguson era, and that was Moyes. He endured 9 months at the club. Louis van Gaal, he got sacked. He endured 2 years at the club. And Jose Mourinho got sacked after 2.5 years. So we haven't really got the structure to keep sacking managers and that. But like I said, we haven't dominated English football since the Alex Ferguson era. Obviously, Ferguson endured 26 years, was it, at Manchester United and won a total of 38 major honours. There again, Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at the football club. So, reflect on that. This is why I did say, didn't I, that Solskjaer does need more time at Manchester United because it is a transition period and it has been a transition period for a while and Solskjaer's still in the process of rebuilding this Manchester United team. But, United fans have got different verdicts on Solskjaer. Some United fans think he's the foreseeable future for the club. And some United fans don't think he is. Some United fans think we need to recommend a manager in who will suit the strappings of the club. Maybe a manager at the top level, such as a Jurgen Klopp or a Pep Guardiola for prime example and that. But yeah, we need to give him more time, definitely, we do. If it doesn't work out next season, that's when I would get rid of Solskjaer. But I think we can be competitive in the summer transfer window because a lot of our rivals, probably won't even be in the transfer market. Probably Man City won't be, Liverpool won't be, probably Arsenal won't be as well, Tottenham won't be. I think it is us and Chelsea that are looking to make transfer moves, to compete with the likes of City and Liverpool. Got to make an admission, Chelsea have done really, really good business so far. They got Hakim Ziyech in February, or it might have been February. They got him for around £38 million. They're on the verge of getting Timo Werner from RB Leipzig. Ben Chilwell's Chelsea's #1 priority target. They're also now looking to get Kai Havertz on the board. So there you go. And like I've said to you, I've definitely seen improvements under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's another thing. Don't forget, before the football season got suspended, Solskjaer was talking about how he's changed Manchester United since he replaced Jose Mourinho. My element of concerns about Solskjaer is that his approach to the games against lower opposition for the vast majority of this season haven't been good. That's something that, needs to improve. Also, too, he's inexperienced as a manager. Man United is the third club in his managerial career. Before he came to Man United, he was at Molde. Did really, really well with them, won a couple of Norwegian titles. And before he was at Molde, he was at Cardiff. Of course, enjoyed a very, very short tenure with Cardiff. The main explanation, why he got sacked from Cardiff is because he got Cardiff relegated and that. So they are my reservations about Solskjaer. But hopefully, his managerial tenure at the football club does work out, because at the end of the day, he's a club legend. He was a great player for us for 11 years, and he flourished under Alex Ferguson's guidance. So let's, just put that into the equation. But revert back to what I said earlier on in the video, the vast majority of our success came under Ferguson, but prior to that, we have been mainly inconsistent, disregarding us having Ferguson. Obviously, before Ferguson wasn't good under Ron Atkinson. Wasn't really good under Franco Fowler. We got relegated under Franco Fowler in 1974. Wasn't good under Wolf McGuinness. He enjoyed, 18 months at the club, and he recruited one player in that period. So, there you go and that. But yeah, so I'm really, really looking forward to the football season suspended. I'm very convinced we can continue where we left off and that. And there you go. The news on Jadon Sancho now anyway. The news on Jadon Sancho. Borussia Dortmund have confirmed that they're losing the patience with him. Don't forget, Jadon Sancho got fined £8,000 for breaking lockdown rules with that haircut picture. Solskjaer has been talking with Rushford about Jadon Sancho and that, because they have got a very, very good friendship of Rashford and Sancho. Dortmund have remained ruthless over their valuation. They do now want £115 million for Jadon Sancho. Sancho's one of our priority targets. Grealish, he's now our number one priority target, as you all know. We're still looking to get Jude Bellingham and that on the board. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.